Well, how y'all doing? Quick update on kind of what I've been up to. Uh, got the brake lines finished on this thing. I put all new brake lines on it front and back. And got all the wiring done tonight. Well, most of the wiring. Got everything done except for the windshield wipers and these two electric fans in the front. And there's, odds and ends things, like I need to actually mount the radiator instead of using ratchet struts, which that's like a whole nother level above a zip tie. So I mean, it's probably okay. I got rubber padding behind it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I mean, at the drag strip I had 4 giant zip ties holding that radiator in, and they was cool with it, so that should be fine. It's quick release. Anyway, I'll fix that later. I ain't worried about it. I just want to drive this thing. This is the longest project I've ever had. I've had this truck for 2 or maybe even 3 years now. I don't know. I've had it a good long while, and I'd have to look at my YouTube channel when I got the stupid thing, but it's getting done. I've had enough of not driving it. Got the wiring, like I said, pretty much everything's done except for the fans and the windshield wipers, which I forgot about the windshield wipers, to be honest. So I have one more power leg off that fuse box, so that's going for the fan. And the wipers will run off an inline fuse I got, and I'll just, I'll do that later, because right now I'll just get the fans on there. It ain't gonna rain while I'm driving it. Anyway, somewhere there's an inline fuse. Yeah, one of these stupid things. I'll put that right off I'll figure it out. Just put it in here off this main power lug. Inline fuse, relay, good to go. But anyway, this thing's getting real close to being done. The brakes work. Yeah, bleeding brakes by myself, not so much fun. The brake lines looked a lot more pretty, and then I had trouble bleeding them. I started cracking lines loose and trying to bleed them, and just bleeding by yourself sucks. And ended up, instead of being all nice and neat and going over that booster, I pulled the line off, threw another line on there, and just kind of made it go down. Because this line used to come straight up the back over, and then real nice, pretty freaking bends that goes into that T right there. I mean, it was beautiful, just perfect. And no, that's not gonna work, because it had like an air bubble in it or something, and it just would not bleed out. It was like it had just enough air bubble to where when you pump it up, it was just, the fluid was going back and forth trying to compress the air. It just wouldn't come out where it's supposed to. It was really ticking me off. So I had to, make it look ugly, and now it works. So that's cool. Brakes work great, in the garage, pushing it with my foot. So nothing leaks, and the pedal's really stiff, so I'm sure they work fine. I haven't really drove it to try them out yet, but I'm sure they're fine. I did notice the lug nuts on the back are finger tight, because I just put them rims on there one day to move it, and I've never did that. So that's a good excuse to pull them ugly, stupid rims off there and throw them in the backyard somewhere, and probably take the ones that match these front ones and put on it for now. So it's got them big old, I think they're like 295/50 15s or something like that. They're great big fat tires. Well, not really big tires compared to the ones that go on the T-bucket. These are what I want to put on here. Those rims and tires and that axle is what needs to be under here, but that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna keep this more street truck than I am a drag truck. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun to drive, and I'm gonna be driving it, a lot. So it's not gonna be just for the racetrack. I'm gonna drive this one and enjoy it, because let's face it, I only go to the drag strip a couple times a year. I work too much. So this I can drive every day on the street, hopefully. It's got full exhaust on it, and it's stupid loud. It's the loudest thing I've ever had, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to get away with that. I'm going to have to do some other kind of muffler other than what came with the kit, apparently, because The one that came with the kit ain't very quiet, but before this camera cuts me off and turns this into 2 videos and then I gotta redo it and try to talk really, really fast, I'm gonna cut this off. Y'all have a nice day, night, afternoon. It's really late, I'm tired. And I'll see you in the next video. Take her easy.